Yeah, hello and welcome. I'm broadcasting here from 52 degrees 20 minutes north and 10 degrees 27 east. If you know where it is, or if you like to find it, the name is Schwülper, a very funny little village here in Lower Saxony. Okay, first and foremost, please watch some classic stereo cards for a minute so you can have an idea about the road we go. Single analog black and white, medium format photo of industrial heritage scenes. I improve and color them and then convert them in 3D. So now I hope here is my 9 of those pictures. The sound audio is very low, very silent.
Gunther, we don't see anything yet. You may have still to share the second
Oh,
screen.
okay.
No problem.
Um,
Yeah.
so again. Okay, then we can start the presentation. I hope you see the image.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. Um, it doesn't go forward.
Maybe you stop and reshare again, try sharing again.
No mouse, no keyboard.
For everybody, I'll switch to German because Günther is German like me, so this will be a little bit easier. Günther,
Yeah,
hast du das immer noch als PDF?
yeah.
Und das Fenster sieht irgendwie auch ein bisschen ausgegraut aus. Ich weiß nicht. Das sieht ein bisschen dunkler aus eigentlich. Oder mach doch das PDF nochmal komplett zu und mach es einfach nochmal auf. Vielleicht hat sich das Programm irgendwie aufgehängt oder so. Also im Bildschirm können wir sehen, aber das scheint auch der Bildschirm 1 zu sein irgendwie, weil da sind Desktop-Icons jetzt drauf und so.
Ah, das sieht besser aus.
Genau. Ja, Vollbildmodus.
Ja, und freigegeben. Und jetzt geht's auch vorwärts.
Ja,
Okay.
jetzt geht's super.
Sehr
Alright.
gut.
So, sorry for that. We have four chapters here in the next 20 minutes. Some remarks about analog photography and important part for me is the image processing, the pre-processing for geometry, radiometry, and the style of the image. And then the monocular depth estimation, I prefer online. And there are some computer hacks for 2D to 3D conversion. And I would like to show Stereoscopic at work, some software functions at the end. So, film photography is currently experiencing a renaissance. It is a combination of slowing down, the tactile experience of old cameras, and the increased appreciation of each individual motive that is making film so popular again. You see the old cameras, you all know them. I have a lot of them in my shelf here. And this picture here was in a German photo magazine in A4 size and was taken with this 35 euro camera, a plastic camera, Holga. But Holga camera is very popular. And a recommendation for people who take care of their budget is a Seagull camera. The pictures you saw before are all taken with the Seagull. Film scanners or film scanning is part of the manual work you have to do, and you can select between cameras, flatbed scanners, or the black towers here for negative scanning. Film scanning requires carefully manual work. Correct exposure settings and clean surfaces are requested. Dust is the enemy of the scanner. The scanning procedure is like a second photo taking procedure. A medium format with 2400 dots per inch gives us 32 megapixel. I think this is enough, and you have enough space in the image to work with cropping and so on. So this slide illustrates the workflow. I'm talking about this image pre-processing. First, the geometric leveling of images, the cropping. I see people who are working with levels on the camera outside, on the tripod. I think this is today easier to handle is digital. Then we have the radiometric, the histogram equalization, and the style. I prefer to go to artificial styles. It is image pre-processing. The next step is the Monocular depth estimation, which you can do online or local on your own hardware. If you go online, you have even the software up to date, and you benefit from the power hardware on the other side of the line. And the third step is shifting the pixel or coming to the second perspective. This is an old image I took during a Christmas market in Berlin, and often you see pictures not perfectly aligned, as this small wooden house here. I aligned this, and some cropping is done, and the histogram equalization, which you can see here in this area, is very important to improve the image itself. And there are two functions which the artificial intelligence provides. That is the in-painting and out-painting. In-painting is filling image areas with estimated content, and outpainting is extending the image with estimated content. For example, if you have stereo pictures too near at the frame border, then you can extend your image. So this both functions may help to improve your geometry before you before you continue with these images. Histogram equalization, there are two differences. One is a global process and one is a local process. The contrast-limited adaptive histogram equalization, named CLAE, divides the image in subregions and computes histograms, local. And with these two parameters, you can manipulate the function. And OpenCV, it's an open computer vision library, gives you the possibility for clip limit and grid size. And this is the most valuable function for radiometric control. Even colored images can be adjusted. There we take the value channel from the ASU format. This is a result of the equalization. A picture I took this summer, you see very dark and very light areas. This is a global histogram equalization, and this is a local, the CLAE. And if you see the front of the locomotive here, you see much more details. So the gray values and the contrast has a very, very good adjustment here, and you can observe it or see it. It's in the histograms itself. So that is the recommendation, to use this function to come to a better image. Here, two areas in the image. You see here, everything is more or less black, and here you see details and contours, as well as the pavement where the painter makes his art is much more better to see or to detect here. The image style. We know it today, photographic labs, they call it fine art printing. Fine art printing is very expensive, and I try to copy these processes and emulate it digital with two colors. For example, we have a grayscale image. I convert the grayscale into a color map with two colors, a light one and a dark one, and interpolate between the range of, or the bitmap, the bit depths in the images. And then I mix those color map with the RGB image before I go to the stereoscopic calculation. And we have different color ranges that we know. The one and what children learn in school is a cyanotype. They have paper which is UV sensitive, and they put a negative over the paper and develop it in water and with UV light or sunlight. That is the first step. The other ones are albumin, for example, very well known from the 19th century in photography. And this is calotype, which works with the ferro, with iron. And I tried a rust color for my industrial scenes here. People who develop in their own lab, they mix their own developer with coffee, vitamin C and soda, and this is called caffeinol, and artists make competitions who has the best mix in his developer. The blue-red color here is not anaglyph. It is first step to chroma depth. You can see it by with chroma depth filter. You can have a depth perception here in the red and blue image. That is the normal color fading. And the other step I make is the chroma depth itself. So it works with one image and the filter. And we have the wavelengths of the visible light between 420 nanometers and 720 nanometers. And we must convert this wavelengths into RGB colors and then adjust them depending the depths in the depth map. One image shows the depths with the chroma depth filter. Two images gives us magic colors. Another point is the photorealistic to non-realistic. We know these procedures from mapping and advertising. You often see today in advertising the vintage comic styles, as here in this photo, or as well in architecture. And other comic styles are pen drawings. Pen drawings best suitable for anaglyphs, or this vintage comic style in street scenes. I made a presentation, Curry 10179 in Wageningen, and this was a complete conversion from Lomo pictures in comic style and then converted to 3D. So we have worked with our images, and now we can go to the monocular depth estimation. Incoming is a grayscale, is an RGB image, and we convert this image into a grayscale, 8 or 16 bit. And for every pixel, we have one value for the intensity of the black color. It's a 8-bit matrix in standard, the depth map, and this is a challenging task in computer vision today for scene reconstruction, autonomous driving, and augmented reality. And with this, both pictures, the RGB and the grayscale, I produce first a transparent image, and then I transfer all pixels in to the transparent image. I stated that I prefer online because even you have the current version of the software, you can select the different models, and you don't have to work with high performance hardware on your desktop because those graphics cards are expensive and need a lot of power. Hugging Face is a source platform for AI. They can find a lot of other applications. And this state of the art is today the Debs Anything version 2. Immersity AI, you know it from LiarPix, was the former name. They take a license, usually months, 500 coins you have there, and it is a pay by use. But my experience is that it's nothing better in the moment than this Immersity AI. And converting one image or taking the grayscale map is around, let me guess, half a dollar or less. And the alternative to this both is a Google Notebook. You can go to Google and use notebooks and the scripts that are provided there. One asked me about Debs Maker. I use Debs Maker on my Android phone, and here on the right you see the result with one of my host frames from the gallery. So it's not usable in this case. A small image, simple structures looks good here. It's fast, but for my pictures it is not usable. By the way, taking photographs with cell phones is not my cup of tea. So we must look, or we want to have a look a little bit behind the curtain, how the conversion works. I take the OpenCV library, and addressing images in OpenCV, you need the NumPy library to handle the matrices. And I stated before, depth image and RGB images that are the both input sources. You must call an instance of this, and after referencing this instance, you can go and have access to the intensity of a color of the channel of those images. Grayscale image has one channel, other RGB has 4 channels, 3 for the color and 1 for the transparency. And now I can handle it's more or less a simple calculation. If we have a stereo pair, we calculate the depth by focal length and the base length divided by the parallax value. The parallax value can be measured today automatically, but those values we don't have if we only have one image. So we go in with the predefined deviation. We give a deviation. We can calculate the deviation for every pixel because it's a percentage of the image width. And then it's simple interpolation and looking in the map how much do we have to shift our pixel to get the parallax. So from those grayscale map, we go to the disparity map. Here you see, if I assume that my RGB image is the left one, and I move the right one, then I have here the occlusions or the hidden part. And the problem is to properly fix those occlusions later and fill these occlusions. So we assume that the given image is in the center. We move it to the left and to the right, and it's only the half part of the occlusion. And the next step is to fill this, the gaps, the transparency gap filled by algorithm. And here we have a bunch of tools. I apply morphing filters to the depth map. Histogram adjustment is a question if it's good or not good. What you do, you disturb your depth with if you have too much manipulation on these values. So significant manipulation produces incorrect results. So slightly with these both filters you can work, or you can decrease the deviation or fill the gaps by algorithms. There are these algorithms implemented in the OpenCV library. I wrote my own. Or you try the immersity AI, or you call the AI in painting to fill the occlusions. That works partly, and I think it is a question for the future. What I talked about, you can see it now in a small time-lapse animation. This picture is taken 1972 at the Berlin Wall. So 36 years before the Berlin Wall fell down at the 9th of November. And I thought the pixel from back to front in this case. Let's see if it works. Can you see something?
No, not yet. Maybe it's on the other screen.
And here now?
Here it is, yes.
Okay, so I calculate the histogram, try the equalization. This is from my work. And now the blank image fills by the pixel shift. And here you see this is in front of the image. It comes later, so I can't override points in the front. Now the front is filled, and here we have the occlusions on this more or less complex stair or visitor platform. And then after filling this comes a left and right image in side by side or anaglyph or whatever you need, or you have to adjust, or I call it register. I don't like this word framing. Okay, yeah, I'm back. That's the process how it runs. So what are the pros and cons? It's very easy to shoot with any camera. I can modify the deviation afterwards. I have 100% synchronized bit, time and exposure. Sure, we have lesser image information, and the occlusions I depicted, you have with two pictures as well, one in the left and one in the right. Depends on the structure of the image. And what a cone is, we have only a depth estimation. I tried to complete one partner, or to calculate the partner of the stereo pair, but with AI, but this was not successfully. So let's have a short look into my toolbox. Here is the toolbox, and I like most my NIMSLO procedure. This is predefined here, the images, the deviation, the delay for a wiggle, and resize. Okay, you can see the software running, yes?
Yes.
So now I must move the images here from the second screen. This is my second screen, the other one. And I must define for the wiggles a point, a pivot point. I take this point here at the corner. Yeah. On your screen, you see the matching of the point in the other images. On my screen is the names the stripe, film stripe, and that's the finished wiggle. So pictures are taken with a Lomo camera from the 80s, an automatic camera with Kodak film. And yeah, now I killed myself for the phantograms, but we can switch it. I have screenshots here. This is a screenshot from the wiggle, and this is a screenshot from the phantograms. Where if I have two pictures, I use this. I have the same kind of matching in the second image, and then the rectification, the single image rectification to the phantogram image. So this I can't show now, but I killed my software here. References, if you need references, I'm sure you go to Google, and that was my presentation. Thank you for participating in this session. Thank you.